Good morning,
Start now.
sir.
Yeah.
Law is a great profession. It tests intellect and character, grit and perseverance. Good morning, everyone. I, Prisha Bansal,
And I, Cheryl Verghese.
feel privileged to welcome you all to the celebration of World Human Rights Day, organized by Amity Law School, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh.
It is a matter of immense pride to mark this day, celebrate globally to honor an adoption of the Universe Declaration of the Human Rights on the 10th of December 1948. The UDHR stands as a beacon of hope, ensuring justice, freedom, and equality to all. Today's celebration is even more special as it will follow the inauguration of the National Moot Court competition, revolving around our theme, our rights, our future, and right now.
We're extremely delighted by the gracious presence of Honorable Chief Guest Lieutenant General Dr. Ajay Kumar Singh, Param Vishesh Seva Medal, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Youth Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishesh Seva Medal, Professor Dr. R.S. Tomar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Advocate Shubham Kumar, Founding Partner, Nyay Niti Law Firm, New Delhi, Advocate Kurshpatti Pal Antony, Partner Arbitration, King Stub and Kasiwa Advocates and Attorneys, New Delhi, Lieutenant General V.K. Sharma, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Honorable Pro Chancellor, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, and Senior Vice President, RBEF, Professor Dr. M.P. Kaushik, Pro Vice Chancellor, Research, Major General Rajendra Kumar, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishesh Seva Medal, Director, Amity Law School, Registrars, Deans, Directors, all the HOIs, HODs, and all the faculty members, along with the intellectual and worthy participants from all over India, and our dearest audience. We feel immense pleasure to have you all as a part of this competition. The lighting of the lamp before Ma Saraswati signifies the awakening of the conscious, knowledge, and wisdom that illuminates our journey. We request all the dignitaries to join us in the lighting of the ceremonial lamp.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारिहारि धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरिदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना
Keep your face always towards the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you. Lieutenant General V.K. Sharma, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Pro Chancellor, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, and Senior Vice President, RBEF, is an alumnus of erstwhile King George School, Shimla. He did B.Tech from College of Military Engineers, Pune, M.Tech degree from Pune University, and MMS from Osmania University, all in first class with honors. He joined the National Defense Academy and passed out as a permanent commissioned army officer from the Indian Military Academy in 1972. He was granted the President's Commission in the Corps of Signals in the Indian Army. He served the Indian Army for almost 40 years and retired from the second highest rank of Lieutenant General, which is a 3-star and a flag rank of the Army. He participated in Operation Rakshak and Operation Vijay during the Kargil War. He also headed military delegation to France, Germany, and USA. For his meritorious services, he was awarded Ati Vishesh Seva Medal by Honorable President of India on 26 January 2011. General Sharma Sir is an excellent academician too. Under his able guidance, Amity University Madhya Pradesh has grown by leaps and bounds towards excellence and has been awarded as the best private university of Madhya Pradesh first in the year 2014 and again in the year 2017. A visionary divine pro chancellor with a golden heart. I would like to request, sir, to please kindly enlighten the audience with your valuable words of wisdom. Please, sir.
Very good morning to all the participants who have joined online and also physically. I would like to extend hearty welcome to General Ajay Kumar Singh, PVSM, AVSM, YSM, SM, VSM, the former Army Commander of Eastern Command, who is kindly consented to be the chief guest for this function. I would also like to welcome Mr. Kush Anthony, who is the founding partner of Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, UK. And I would also like to welcome Advocate Shubham Kumar, who is also working for the same firm like partner, arbitration, King Stubbs and Kosia Advocate and attorney law firm from New Delhi, General Rajender, who is the director of MIT Law School, all the faculty members and students and participants who joined online to celebrate the Human Rights Day today. Human rights is nothing new and it has been there for ages. It was only described in 1948 as the moral principles or norms that certain standards of human behavior are protected by law. So that is the difference, that the basic freedom of a human being in terms of speech, in terms of place of residence, nationality, ethnic origin, irrespective of that, there are certain privileges which are given to all human beings. The key aspects like right to belong, human right belongs to all people, cannot be taken away, indivisibility, interdependence, right to life, liberty, security, slavery, away from slavery, no forced labor, etc. So all these are the rights which are there, and the rights are being added. I would like to draw attention of everybody that today everybody talks about rights. Now I think our youth needs to talk about duties. Very few people are aware about what are the fundamental duties, and very few tend to even think or say that they have got duties also to do for the society, that same society from which they are asking for the rights. And also the rights, while rights as per law are applicable to every individual, irrespective of his own conduct. But the moral question here arises, are the human rights applicable to those who themselves willfully and knowingly violate the human rights of others? For example, terrorists resorting to all kinds of activities, killing innocent people, resorting to unethical activities, spreading terror everywhere. Should they also be authorized to be dealt according to human rights if they are caught? Do they deserve that kind of mercy, which, keeping in mind the amount of torture and senseless killings that they inflict on others? So these are some of the questions which we need to answer as lawyers. And I think the laws need to be modified accordingly, keeping in view what is happening in the world today. Also, it is important to realize for the youth to be ethical while dealing with law. Although even a criminal is authorized a lawyer, but the question is, how should the lawyer who has been authorized to a criminal work? Should he go all out to protect the criminal knowing that he has committed a crime? Or should he bring just the facts to the knowledge, giving pros and cons of both right or wrong what he has done? Time has come today that ethnicity in this profession of lawyers needs to be taken into account and consideration. It is not that a lawyer must fight and win cases for known criminals and known crimes which have been committed. There are a number of such cases which are there where the person who's committed a crime has come out free because he had a very good lawyer and the other lawyer could not prove the crime. But the crime was committed. So with this, I extend a hearty welcome to everybody once again, and I am sure we are going to gain quite a bit of knowledge from the excellent speakers who have joined us, and I wish this webinar all the very best. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words.
In the pursuit of justice and progress, we often find that the greatest leaders are those who not only create change but also guide others towards making a meaningful impact. Professor Dr. R.S. Tomar, Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior, has served as the Vice Chancellor of IES University, Bhopal. He is an academician and researcher having more than 31 years of teaching, research, and administrative experience. Prior to IES University, he has been director, head of Amity Institute of Biotechnology, Dean Life and Sciences, and Dean Academics, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior. He has been founding campus head of Amity Gwalior. His research interests include environmental biotechnology, nanobiotechnology, microbiology, and herbal medicine. He has supervised 8 PhD scholars in biotechnology for award of PhD from Amity University, Gwalior, and currently 2 scholars are pursuing their PhD under his esteemed guidance. 2 research projects funded by the Madhya Pradesh Council of Science and Technology, Bhopal, are being run by him. He has, to his credit, more than 150 research papers published in the national and international journals. He has been granted 1 patent from the Patent Office, Government of India, and published 16 patents in the Patent Journal of India. In addition, he has filed 7 patents to Indian Patent Office. He has also published 5 books, more than 35 book chapters. He has also published and delivered lectures in more than 50 national and international seminars, symposia, conferences, and workshops. He has been conferred as the fellow member of CBEES, Hong Kong, and FICER of Girard Bhopal, and Fellow of Society of Life Sciences, India. Recently, he has been conferred the Fellowship of Royal Society of Biology, London. He is a member of various international and national scientific bodies and reviewer and editor of the national and international journals. May I please request Sir to kindly address the gathering. Please, Sir.
Morning, everyone. Honorable Pro-Chancellor Lieutenant V.K. Sharma, Lieutenant General Dr. Ajay Kumar Singh Ji, Advocate Shoham Kumar, Mr. Anthony Ji, Major Rajendra Kumar, and all other faculty members online and my dear students. Today, this particular occasion that we are talking about the human rights, I would like to touch upon this particular aspect of the human rights from our ancient Indian culture. We all know that we are inheriting a culture that is our ancient Indian culture. This word human rights as such was not found in our culture, in our ancient literature, you can say, because there was no need of that kind of thing. There was no such kind of violation of the human rights. Although people have criticized that kind of system earlier, that there was monarchy and many things were happening against the society, not like that. Exactly, it was the time when a king or the royal family personnel, they were treated at par with the other citizens of the country. So there was no such kind of discrimination. But the content of this current human rights that we are studying today or talking about, it was included in the ancient Indian education pattern. If I see from content inclusion point of view, then it was there in the Gurukul system and ashrams. Ancient India recognized the supreme value of moral education in human life. The ancient thinkers felt that a healthy society was not possible without morally educated individuals. They found an education system carefully, they framed it properly and wisely, aiming at the harmonious development of the mind and body. So, moral education bound the students and those becoming the adult to run their life according to rules framed by them and provided by the gurukuls, ashrams, and societies. So that was our ancient Indian culture, in which though this human right word was not there as such, but of course, it was being practiced very well. If I talk in today's context, then human rights are rights inherent to all human beings, regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. Human rights include the right to life and liberty, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, the right to work and education, and many more. Everyone is entitled to these rights without any discrimination. There are various kinds of rights which you call economical or social and cultural rights. There are civil and political rights. So various categories are there with regard to human rights. There are various challenges and violations also with regard to human rights that we will discuss today in this particular conference. And also there are various roles of government with regard to this. But again, question comes that when we talk about the rights, how much we think of our duties. We talk a lot about it, but we forget about duties. Now the youth, today's youth is talking a lot about this thing because they are learning from the system. Of course, they must learn, but I must suggest them that along with your rights, you should think of the duties as well. When you are performing your duties well, then your rights will automatically come to you. It's only when you pollute your duty, then you will have to face this kind of problem. A very old saying that if you salute your duty, you need not to salute anyone. If you pollute your duty, you will have to salute everyone. So this is my message to youth that please take care of this thing, that this should not be violated in any sense. Human rights are many, but duties are also equivalently there. Be careful, take care of them. So thank you very much for inviting me on this occasion. I am thankful to General Rajendra Kumar for organizing such a beautiful program today on the human rights and also the moot court competition being organized today. That is also being starting, I think already they have planned accordingly. So they will be proceeding with that. So to my all students of MIT and those who are online, I request them, please go through all these aspects carefully. There are many experts over there. I'm not expert of this field of law, but yes, at least little bit is known to we all the people about the human rights and the duties. So please discharge them properly. All the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words.
Vision pulls you when you are greatly determined to work forth. Shubham sir was a first generation lawyer based in Delhi, a graduate of Delhi University and an LLB holder from the Department of Law in the Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, New Delhi. Shubham sir began his legal career with the Niti Niyaman law firm in 2021. Afterwards, he worked with an advocate on record and gained the invaluable experience in drafting and filing special leave petitions and writ petitions during his tenure under the Advocates on Record on the Supreme Court of India. From 2022 to 2023, Sir worked with the Legal Speak Legal and where he handled the case on the Delhi District Court, the Delhi High Court, and the Supreme Court, often appearing as the arguing matters independently where he successfully quashed the FIR of 376 IPC and getting the bail for the client from the Supreme Court under 307 of IPC. In August of 2023, Sir established his own law firm, Nyaniti, in Lajpat Nagar Fort, marking a significant milestone under his journey as a first generation advocate. Within just 4 years of practice, Sir has handled several high profile cases. His notable works include briefing senior advocates on the matter related to Mumbai slum rehabilitation schemes and advocating for the constitutional right of the Anglo Indian before the Delhi High Court, and filing writs and SLPs in the case involving Delhi High Court, schools, and public interest matter. Sir, may we please invite you to address this gathering?
So, good morning, everyone. It's been an honor to be here before such a bright and talented group of budding legal minds. So, before I begin, I would like to congratulate all of you for stepping into the world of moot court, where where a space where a theory meets become an application. Yeah. So where a theory meets a practical applications. So it's inspiring to see such a dedication towards the art of advocacy now. So, and I wish each one of you a very best for this competition. And remember, this is not just a contest, but a chance to learn, grow, and sharpen your skills as a future lawyers. So today, as we all are talking about the human right, so let me just simplify what is the human right for you so that we all can engage with this topic together. So in a simple words, human rights are like the foundation of the house. Without them, society cannot function, justify, or equitability. And any like foundation, they need a constant care and reinforcement, especially when new challenges arises. And now, how this human rights can be protected by the constitution, as we all know that most countries, including India, we have a constitution provisions that guaranteed fundamental rights. For instance, right to equality, Article 14, right to life and personal liberty, 21 in the Indian Constitution, and how legislation is protecting them enacting the law of protection of human rights act. So these are some laws, and how judiciary is implicating this is that by like courts is playing a virtual role in interpreting the laws to uphold human rights. For example, the landmark judgment of Maneka Gandhi, where the Indian Supreme Court expanded the scope of Article 21. So these are some laws which these are some human rights which has to be protected by the different stages. Now, like we all are seeing the emerging trends in human rights, like for the essence of human rights remain constant, the issues surrounding them is involved. Now, digital right and privacy. Now, in today's age, we know that concern about the surveillance, data protection, and misuse of technology arises. And cases like challenges to Indian Aadhaar card system or global database on data breach highlights this need a strong debates on data breach highlights. So the right of privacy recognized in justice case Puttaswamy versus Union of India is a great example of how human rights are evolving to a new challenges. Now, if we talk about the climate justice, human rights and environment are now deeply connected. And because people are increasing fighting the right to a healthy environment has seen in work of climate activities. So courts are also stepping in countries recognizing environmental degradation as a violation of human rights. And we all know that LGBTQ rights, and in this Navtesh Singh Johar versus Union of India, where the decriminalized homosexuality. So and AI is also refusing. So these all are the things which is emerging here in human rights. Now, if we talk about that, why do emerging trends matter to you as a law student? Now, as a future advocates and a policy makers, maybe some of you will be a policy maker someday. So you guys have a power to shape the legal landscape. By understanding these emerging trends, you can contribute to making the law more inclusive and adaptable. And moot courts are the perfect example for it. And where you can get the training for this. They push you to think critically, argue, and develop empathy for the issues at hand. So my final thought is that as you all are prepare your round today, remember that the essence of human rights lies in justice, fairness, and equality. So let this principle guide your arguments and inspire your advocacy. And whether you win or lose, remember that every step you take in this competition is a step towards becoming a better lawyer tomorrow. So I wish you all the very best for your moot court competition. May your arguments be sharp, your research thorough, and your spirits high. Thank you and good luck, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words.
Honor is not a matter of any man's mere calling, but rather his own actions to it. Advocate Kurshpattipal Anthony is a highly respected legal expert with over 25 years of experience in law and alternative dispute resolution. He currently serves as a partner in arbitration and litigation at King Stubbs and Kasiva, advocates and solicitors, with the office in Chennai, Bangalore, and Kochi. He is an associate arbitrator at the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, United Kingdom, and agretic arbitrator in the Certified Mediator with the Indian Institute of Arbitration and Mediation. Additionally, he is the member of the Asian Institute of Alternative Dispute Resolution, serves as the secretary at the ADR Society. Advocate Anthony Sir is also experienced in the online dispute resolution mediator with the certification from the platforms such as Presolve 360, Sama Live, and ADRES Now. As the practicing lawyer, Advocate Anthony Sir has represented clients across the various courts, including the High Court of Kerala, District Courts, NCLT, and DRT. His experience spans civil and criminal law, where he has developed deep expertise in the legal procedures and dispute resolutions. He also served as the arbitrator in the panel of Kerala High Court, GIMAC, and IIAC as the co-solicitor for the several ADR platforms. He is also the panel judge for the International Maritime Moot Court competitions at NUALS Kochi and INADR International Law School Mediation Tournament at the NLIU Bhopal. His continuous pursued knowledge is evident in many certifications, including the Advanced Court of the Arbitration and Mediation Procedures under the WIPO rule and the specialized certification in the Maritime Arbitration for the Gujarat Maritime University, International Law from the University of Leiden, and ICC Arbitration. In recognition of his contribution to this field, Advocate Anthony Sir has been awarded as the honorary doctorate in the law from the Global Human Rights Trust. He is also the certified mindful mediator and a conflict manager and the World Mediation Organization Berlin. He has received the training in the global diplomacy from the University of London. Advocate Anthony Sir is the member of several professional organizations, including the Kerala High Court Advocate Association, Society of the Construction Law India, and Nani Palkiwala Arbitration Center in Chennai. He had made a significant contribution in the growth of ADR practice and continues to be an influential figure in both legal and academic circles. I kindly request Sir to please address the gathering.
Good morning to all. First of all, I'm very thankful to MIT University for inviting me to such a program. Uh, in a way, this is my third university I got connected in Madhya Pradesh. First of my connection regularly is NLIU Bhopal, for which we used to attend regularly for international mediation tournaments. Secondly, I was associated with Indoor Institute of Law. Now today I'm fortunate to have associated with MIT Law School. I'm very much thankful to the directors and the Vice Chancellor and other dignitaries, and further taking a clue from what is being discussed and what is being shared by uh, Lieutenant General V.K. Sharma. The litigation mindset, the litigating lawyer specializes particularly whether they win or lose. They just take care of their client, and human right violation is not a concern because winning is all the way in litigations. So to win, they do anything, and that's the training also. So today we are moving to the other side, that is alternative dispute resolution, wherein which we want to have a win-win resolutions. So the principles of ADR which take care of win-win resolutions, which is having a big say in human rights protection and undue and unnecessarily taking the litigants throughout the court system and for many years litigating, that itself is a violation of human rights. We know that, there are under trials prisoners in India. Court system is unable to deliver justice. And the other thing, NGOs like Academy, they are promoting online dispute resolution in India. India is such a vast country where in which our Supreme Court, centers in the northern part of this India and the other extremes of south, east, or west. It's very difficult for them to engage a counsel in the Supreme Court of India and to get justice. So all this is very important and very prominent for ADR system to come in forward in this particular day of human rights, because human rights will be protected better and more effectively and more scientifically when the ODR system is adopted in India and ODR system training is being conducted, and ODR is ADR plus ODR. That's the combination, alternative dispute resolution, which focuses on arbitration mediation coupled with access and transparency to justice. That is through online dispute resolution. And with the support of artificial intelligence, uh, taking care of the modern requirements, this is how it has to go. And today being a special day of International Human Rights Day, let us hope that more and more justice and human rights aspects will be taken care and covered in modern subjects like accessibility to finance and banking. This is a particular subject which I want to highlight, where in which human rights violations by banks and financial institutions, particularly from the structuring of interest rates, structuring of the loan, calculation of interest rates, and further the special laws like SAFESI, securitization, where in which ordinary and innocent or people with lesser bargaining capacity to take the matter to a court or through a expert counsel, they are at a receiving end, and there is a violation and there is no protection as such, though there are certain attempts like establishing ombudsman and consumer courts, all this, but that doesn't serve to the end. So we need to look into all these aspects. This is from a gender perspective. And today the moot court competition is being going on, and all my regards to the participants and the moot court committee and to the university. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words.
When people learn tools of judgment and follow their hopes, the seeds of manipulation sown are demolished. Lieutenant General Dr. Ajay Kumar Singh, Param Vishesh Seva Medal, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Youth Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishesh Seva Medal, is a highly decorated general officer. Sir is a graduate of St. Gabriel's Academy, Roorkee, National Defence Academy, Pune, and the Indian Military Academy, Dehradun. General Ajay Kumar Singh Sir was commissioned into the 7th Battalion, the 11 Gorkha Rifles, in December 1984. In his long and distinguished career, he has attended the staff course at the Defence Service Staff College, Wellington, Higher Command course at the Army War College, Mo, and the prestigious National Defence College course at New Delhi. After completion of 40 years of distinguished military career, he was superannuated from the Olive Green Fraternity on 30th June 2024. General Singh Sir has served as an instructor at the Commando School, Belgaum, and the pension paying officer at Dharan, Nepal. In a diplomatic assignment as a part of military wing of the Indian Embassy in Kathmandu. He has served as a company commander in intense counter-insurgency operation in Kashmir and Manipur as well. He commanded 1st Battalion, the 11 Gorkha Rifles, as a part of a strike corps in Dehradun and later on the line of control in Kashmir. He subsequently commanded a brigade in the run of Kutch in Gujarat, a counter-insurgency force in North Kashmir, the Three Shakti Corps along with the northern borders, and later the Southern Command, the oldest and the largest command of the Indian Army. Sir was awarded 5 times by His Excellency the President of India for rendering extraordinary and exceptional services to the nation. Param Vishesh Seva Medal, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Youth Seva Medal, Sena Medal, and the Vishesh Seva Medal. In addition, he has served in the staff appointment as Director, Military Operation Branch, Deputy Director General, Discipline and Vigilance, Additional Director General of Military Operations, and Director General of Operational Logistics and Strategic Movements Branch at the Army Headquarters. General Ajay Kumar Singh Sir is an avid mountaineer as well and has scaled the challenging mountain Rathong Peak at 22,000 feet in Kanchenjunga Massif. He is a keen cyclist as also an adherent practitioner of yoga. He is also moving steadily on his personal journey towards spirituality growth. Sir did his PhD from Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut, on the topic spirituality as an enabler of the Indian military leadership. May I please request Sir to kindly enlighten the audience with his valuable words of wisdom. Please, Sir.
Jai Hind. I hope I am audible to everybody. Right at the outset, a very warm good morning to everyone. Right now, I am speaking from the foothills of Dehradun, Shivalik. The temperature is about 5 degrees. In fact, last night it snowed in Mussoorie, so it's pretty cold out here. General V.K. Sharma, Ati Vishishta Seva Medal, Honorable Pro Chancellor, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Professor Dr. R.S. Tomar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Advocate Shubham Kumar, Founding Partner, Nyay Niti Law Firm, New Delhi, K.P. Anthony, Partner in Arbitration at King Stubb and Kasiva, Jal Rajendra Kumar, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishish Seva Medal, Director, Amity Law School, esteemed guest, faculty, and dear students. It's an honor to join you through this digital platform. I think it itself is a marvel of modern technology and great enabler as far as the human rights are concerned. It's also a rare privilege to address you. Today is a momentous day. On this day, way back in 1948, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The formal inception of the Human Rights Day was done in 1950, and it was proclaimed as a common standard of achievement for all people and all nations, towards which individuals and societies should strive by progressive measures, national and international, to secure their universal and effective recognition and observance. Now, this was widely recognized, and this point is very important, what I am making, that this was widely received as being more declarative than legislative, more suggestive than binding. And obviously, it encompasses political, civil, economic, social, and the cultural rights. Now, while the human rights were recognized in 1948, and I think Dr. Thomer mentioned it very clearly and connected it with our culture, it's very much ingrained in our culture, the concept of human rights. And I will prove it to you by quoting extensively from our Vedas and from our Upanishads. It has existed in the Indian culture since times immemorial. If we talk of just the word Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world is my oyster. There is no differentiation. You belong to the world, and the world belongs to you. This just finishes any kind of discrimination. All are equal. There's complete parity. And if we go to the Shanti part, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyit Dukh Bhag Bhaved, Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. What does it imply? May all be happy. May all be free from illness. May all see what is auspicious. May no one suffer. Om, peace, peace, and peace. Quoting further, Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamso Ma Jyotir Gamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. From untruth to truth, from unreality to reality, from darkness to light, from mortality to immortality, that is, from materialism to self realization. In fact, the complete Shanti mantra preaches of human rights, and it is encapsulated in Taittiriya Upanishad and also in the Yajurveda, which is more than 5,000 years old. So while the modern world may have adopted the concept of human right only in 1948, but the Indian culture is so rich that it has already adopted that way back more than 5,000 years back. I would also quote, there is a very beautiful mantra in Yajurved, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. What it implies is that everyone is complete. And if you add completeness to completeness, what comes out is completeness. What you remove, when you remove completeness from completeness, what remains is again completeness. Basically, it underscores that each one of us is absolutely complete in all respects. I would also like to quote Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. It is in just this one stanza, in just one shlok, the entire concept of human right is encapsulated. May there be well-being in all. May there be peace in all. May there be fulfillment in all. And may there be auspiciousness in all. So, anybody who accuses us that our culture lacks in human rights, I feel is sadly mistaken. We have been wrongly accused of discrimination based on caste and gender. It has been misinterpreted, it has been misrepresented. I agree that we lost our way due to external influence and the imperialism that was thrust upon us. But our culture has always enshrined the principles and the concepts of human rights, and it has been a very profound culture. The word human right has human in it. It has been only afforded to humans. I think the first and the foremost thing is we need to realize the humanness in us. Being human, I think, is the most important thing. Being born as a human is the ultimate gift from divinity. They say that in our culture that we are afforded this birth as a human after 84 lakh yonis. I think this is the most wonderful gift that the divinity can ever bestow on us. As humans, we have two important attributes. We have the power of cognition, the cognitive power, and the willpower. We can shape our destiny the way we want our destiny to shape. I think while the society, while the nations, while the international forum bestow on us the, the human rights, I think most importantly for all of us, we have to touch base with our consciousness. We have to touch base with our own power that are vested in us. I think once we touch base with our consciousness, once we realize the innate qualities in us, I think the human right will become a reality. The very fact in our spirituality, that's where now I am going to link this concept at this point of time. Now, the spirituality has been commonly, sort of misinterpreted with the religion. I would like to leave the religion absolutely on one side, but I would like to talk about spirituality, which is much more fundamental. It is a science to understand who am I. And if you do not understand yourself as a human, I think then anything and everything is not feasible. So it's very important for us to understand who am I. In the absence of this understanding, we would only be working from our conditioning. And if we are working from our conditioning, then all our decisions, all our actions will be biased and will be prejudiced, and they will undermine the concept of human rights. The sole purpose of spirituality, in one way, would be to achieve the human rights in complete entirety. I'm not going to speak much about the concept and the academic thoughts of the theoretical part of the human rights, but I'll come to some practical aspects and I'll back it up with my own personal experience. So I will straight come to the armed forces and the human rights. In my assessment, the armed forces are the ultimate guarantor of human rights. If the armed forces are not there to ensure the sovereignty and the security of the country, if the security is not there, the country ceases to exist. And if the country ceases to exist, where is the concept of human rights? So, armed forces, in a way, are the ultimate guarantor of human rights. In fact, in our country, the armed forces have been embroiled in combating the insurgency in our Northeast right from the time of independence, and later in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and also in Punjab. I think ours is the only one case where we have been able to completely eliminate the insurgency in Punjab. The JNK, with the abrogation of Article 370, is well on its way to normalcy. Northeast situation is under control. Yes, there are points of concern, especially in the Manipur and other areas, which is more of a social issue. But as far as the insurgency per se is concerned, largely that also has been brought in control. Our armed forces are doing a remarkable work. But in the process of the work, I'm aware of large number of instances where it have been wrongly accused of gross violation of human rights. By its very sheer nature, the armed forces are a disciplined force. We have adopted utmost restraint. We have followed a code of conduct, and our track record is unparalleled. The principle of use of minimum force is absolutely enshrined in our activities and the way we deal with militancy and counter-insurgency. The armed forces have a very strong organizational framework to ensure the protection of human rights. Right at the Army headquarters, that's where we have the Human Rights Cell, which is there in the Additional Directorate General Discipline and Vigilance. And at this point of a time, I also wish to thank General Rajendra Kumar. I have worked with him when he was the Judge Advocate General of the Indian Army, very closely as a Deputy Director General Discipline and Vigilance. And both of us work together to make sure that the human rights are protected. In fact, Army as an organization is one where not only at the Army headquarters, but down at the each level, at the command headquarters, at the corps headquarters, at the divisional headquarters, we have certain billets, we have appointments, we have an organization, a very robust organization which is dealing with the concept of the human rights and ensuring the human rights. I admit that there have been certain aberrations, but all such aberrations have been dealt very sternly and expeditiously. Our adversaries, in fact, have been quite active. They've been collecting details and misrepresenting facts in last several years in the international fora and at various forums. There are certain NGOs that I'm aware which are there in the Northeast and the JNK. They have used all possible means to discredit the armed forces, including and utilizing and using our own judicial system. I remember a time when there was a lot of pressure on the Armed Forces Special Powers Act. In fact, the ASPA in itself was also termed as a draconian law. I would like to state that ASPA is nothing but just an empowering act which permits the employment of the Indian armed forces in the disturbed area. This basically empowers us and gives us the power to search, to seize, and also to arrest. This is a legal tender. Only by the application of which and deriving the strength from which the armed forces can get about doing their job in combating the insurgency and the militancy. The if you contrast how the Indian army has approached and worked in the counter-insurgency areas with what is happening the worldwide, if you look close to our neighbor, let's say in China, the way China has used force both against the Uyghurs and against the Tibetans. I think all of us are very much aware. The way Pakistan is using force both in Balochistan, in Sindh, and also in the Northwest Frontier Province, and also against the Pashtuns, I think is for everyone. Every kind of artillery, every kind of weapon platform, including the attack hepters, have been in use there. If we see the United States and the way it has dealt situation in Iraq or in Afghanistan, the force has been used. When you contrast it with the army, the way the Indian army has used the principle of minimum force, have adopted a very strict code of conduct, I think it will be very abundantly clear that the track record of the Indian armed forces has been in protection of the human right, has been absolutely fabulous and fantastic and unparalleled. I would like to back it up with certain examples. Like, when we talk of the insurgency operations, you can imagine in the thick of jungle, especially at night when it is dark, if you extend your hand, you can't even see your hand. And if we have an information that yes, the militants would be moving from this particular area, the army lays ambushes in that area. Now imagine yourself sitting in the ambush in the middle of the night when it is absolutely dark and there is a rustle and you hear some kind of a movement. There is no way that you can make out what kind of a movement. And in all this area which are disturbed, the night movement is not legislated. The advisory is issued, very clear-cut advisory is issued that there should not be any movement in the night. Now, if there is a movement in the night, obviously it's a suspicious movement. And whenever this kind of a situation arises and the firefight breaks out, it becomes extremely, difficult to what is how many number of militants are there, what kind of weapons are they carrying, and what amount of force has to be used. Now, going back, there have been certain decisions by the honorable courts in which they say, look, the militant was carrying only a pistol. He has fired only about 3 rounds. And whereas the army in its ambush has used number of weapons and has fired large number of rounds. Now, going back to the example that I have done, I've just cited to you, in the middle of the night, it's absolutely dark, where you have no idea as to how many. Now, are you supposed to wait first for the militant to fire? Are you supposed to actually recognize that what weapon is he carrying and the same weapon has to be used? I think these are the practical realities. And when you take a decision from a court of law, I think people do not understand as to in what circumstances does army operate in a very difficult terrain and in very difficult environmental conditions. I can give you another example. In an operation of cordon and search, we had a very definite input that there is a militant who's hiding in a particular house. We had cordoned that general area, and while the search was carrying on to identify the particular house in which the militant was staying, one of the person, because normally when we go for a search, we always carry the village elders so that there are no allegations later of any kind of a theft or destruction to the personal property. Now, in this firefight, the militant, I think the militant fired, and one of the civilian who had accompanied the search party died. So it was quite a difficult situation for us. in which the militant so far has not been identified. We have a death of a civilian, and it became very important. We were able to pinpoint the place from where the fire came, which killed this particular civilian. But the thing was to make sure that we eliminate the militant. And we have adequate proof that this death which has occurred is from a fire which has emanated from the militant. I had two choices. I was the commanding officer at that point of time. The easier choice for me was to actually, sort of eliminate and destroy that particular house and retrieve the body. But in that melee where the houses are literally joined together, I just thought about it that if I go ahead with this and destroy the house and we are not able to get hold of the militant, it'll be a double quandary. We have a death of a civilian, and now we will another have a destruction of the house. In that in that situation, I decided to storm the house. And one of my company commander, I entrusted him the task, and he did the house entry. And let me tell you, the operation of house entry is the most sensitive operation because the militant inside is waiting for you. He's already in cover. He knows where you are. Where are you? You are monitoring. You are the one who are on the move. You are the one who's exposing. So imagine the people who do the house entry day in and day out, putting their life at risk, risking their own life. And in that operation, we were able to eliminate the terrorist. And there was a huge situation that was developing in the village whereby the civilians had come, a lot of people had come, and they were demanding as to that the civilian has been killed, but there have been no elements. And finally, once we got this militant, we got his weapons, and we got to know that he has fired at least about 4 to 5 magazines. That's how this situation was taken. I can go on with large number of examples, but suffice it to say that the armed forces operate in very difficult circumstances, but the track record has been absolutely outstanding and unparalleled. There was a very important point made that when we talk of human rights, at the same time, I think especially the youth should also be very concerned about their own responsibilities. I think it's very important for us. There are no rights without ascertaining and without recognizing and without being conscious of the responsibilities that the youth and every citizen has. I think it's time for us to recognize this particular important responsibilities and the duties that we have before we start claiming our right. At the end, I would like to make this point that the concept of human rights is very much ingrained in our culture, and it's a cultural thing that is ingrained in us. Our armed forces have done extensively well. And before I sign off, armed forces are the pratik of Shakti. And in our culture, the feminine is the Shakti. And I would like to end with a beautiful shlok from Durga Shapshati. And this shlok itself encompasses every concept of the human right. You would have heard of the famous Navaran mantra, Om, Eng, Hring, Kling, Chamundaya Viche. But most of you possibly may not be aware of the exact meaning of this word. He says, Hey Brahma Rupini, Hey Mahashakti, मुझे ब्रह्म में स्थित कर, गति मति निर्मलता शांति और स्थिरता प्रदान कर, हे क्षमा मूर्ति मुझे मर्यादा में रख, शीलवान विनम्र और विजयी बना, दुख रोग भय और संकटों से मेरी रक्षा कर, हे आनंदमयी माँ मुझे मधुरता प्रेम प्रसन्नता उत्साह भावना सिद्धि संपन्नता तुष्टि और पूर्णता प्रदान कर, परम पराक्रम वाली अजय रौद्र रूपिणी चंडिके प्रसन्न हो जाओ. I think the entire concept of human rights has been encapsulated in this simple Navaran mantra. With this, thank you very much. I've enjoyed talking to you and enjoyed being part of it. And may we usher in, a phase where the human rights of everyone is absolutely ensured and protected. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring address.
Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And our Honorable Director, sir, is a perfect example for the same. Major General Rajinder Kumar, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishish Seva Medal, and alumni of prestigious ILS Law College Pune and University of Pune. got enrolled as an advocate in 1981 from Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. He was commissioned in the Department of Judge Advocate General of the Indian Army, which is a judicial wing. During his service, he had conducted numerous court martials, including those of sensitive nature. He represented the army in various high courts and the Supreme Court. He took part in various military operations like Operation Vijay, Operation Rakshak, Operation Javelin, Operation Orchid, and Operation Parakram. He served in the JNK, Leh and Ladakh, Arunachal Pradesh, and Nagaland. For rendering distinguished and extraordinary services in the Department of Judge Advocate General beyond the call of duty, Sir was awarded by His Excellency the President of India by conferring on him Ati Vishish Seva Medal on 26 January 2017, Sena Medal on 26 January 2016, and Vishish Seva Medal on 26 January 2009. He was also awarded commendations once by the Chief of the Army Staff on 15th August 2008 and thrice by the Army Commanders on 15th August 1994, 15th August 2011, and 15th August 2012. He rose to the highest rank of Major General in the Department of Judge Advocate General and retired as the Judge Advocate General of the Indian Army. For the last 7 years, Sir has been the Professor and Director of Amity Law School. May I please request our respected Director, Sir, for the vote of thanks. Please, Sir.
Thank you, anchors. Lieutenant General Dr. A.K. Singh, Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Youth Seva Medal, Sena Medal, and Vishisht Seva Medal. Advocate Shubham Kumar, founder Nyaniti Law Firm, Delhi. Mr. Chris Anthony, partner at King's Stubble and Kashiwa, advocate and solicitor, Chennai, Bengaluru, and Kochi. Lieutenant V.K. Sharma, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, our Honorable Pro Chancellor. Professor Dr. R.S. Tomar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Amity University. First of all, I take this opportunity to thank Lieutenant Dr. A.K. Singh for having accepted our invitation to be the chief guest on this momentous occasion of celebration of International Human Rights Day. Thank you very much, sir. You, on a very short notice, you gladly accepted our invitation and was able to join us online. Thank you very much, sir. I also thank Advocate Shubham Kumar, founder Nyaniti Law Firm, Delhi, and Mr. Anthony, partner at King's Stubble, Kashiwa, advocate and solicitor, for having accepted our invitation to be the guest of honor on this occasion. We also thank Lieutenant V.K. Sharma, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, our Honorable Pro Chancellor, whom we call our North Star, for having accepted our invitation and to address the gathering here. We also thank Professor Dr. R.S. Tomar, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, for having accepted our invitation to address the students and the participants. The IT team at Noida, Dr. J. Sodi, Kapil Solanki, and Arvind, for enabling us to conduct this event on online mode. We also thank Mr. Ram Tomar, IT Department of Amity University, for helping us to conduct this event on online mode. I thank Ms. Subhangi Gupta, the Assistant Professor of Amity Law School, for organizing this event in a very meticulous manner. The Moot Court Committee, who has participated and did a lot of work in organizing this event, because after this event, we'll have a National Moot Court competition, which will be preliminary, will be on online mode. The rest will have on 20th, 21st, and all quarterfinal, semi-final, and final in offline mode. The students of ALS who also participated in this event, and participants who have joined online, I thank them for having participated, for having rested themselves, adhering the valuable views of the speakers. Actually, when I was Judge Advocate General and Additional Director General of Litigation, I had also had a lot of experience of human rights cases filed against the armed forces. And we were told that the judiciary, even the Supreme Court says that you have only right of private defense, while even combating terrorism, you can use only force in your right of private defense, not otherwise. And there have been cases of human rights violation filed against, say, a colonel, and the case is still pending. He retired as a lieutenant general, but case is still going on, and court are asking us how many rounds were fired, how many empty cases you recovered, all sort of things. This is a part of the judicial system, and we have to cope up with that. After this event, we'll have a national moot court competition online preliminaries. Thereafter, we'll have a final, quarter-final, semi-final, and final later on. So I thank everyone for having joined online and addressing the students of the law school and the participants also. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
As we are close to the World Human Rights Day celebration, we transit into the inauguration of the National Moot Court competition.
Now we will begin with the 8th edition of the Moot Court competition at University, Madhya Pradesh. This year's Moot Court focuses on the pivotal theme of human rights, and we are thrilled to see the future torchbearers of the legal fraternity in action. Best of luck to all participants.
I would request all the participants and the team to kindly move to their respective courtrooms for the preliminary round 1. We wish you all the best for the competition. Thank you all for being the part of this momentous day.
May we close the meeting, sir?
Yeah,
Yes.
before the meeting, I would like to express my sincere thanks and gratitude, especially to General A.K. Singh and to Mr. Krish Anthony and to Shubham, who have joined online and given their valuable time to address the students and motivate the students with correct knowledge and correct perspective of human rights as it prevails in our country. So thank you very much. Jai Hind. We can now close the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So shall I close the event?
Yes. Congratulations, sir.
Good morning, AK. Yes, sir, you spoke extremely well. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. You gave a good opportunity, sir. And